So today lunch is vegetable biryani. Tripano insists, Chitti, you can't say biryani. Biryani is only with mutton and chicken and all. But no, you'll be surprised just how flavorful this is. It's Razyanti's mutton biryani that's been tweaked to make veg biryani. And it's really not a pulao. He says, Chitti, you have to call it pulao. But no, it's really a biryani. So here goes. I'm going to tell you what goes into it. So there is 3 onions sliced, there's 1 tomato, there's 2 spoons of ginger garlic paste, that's mint. Razyanti never adds mint to her mutton and chicken because she says mint is very, very, flavorful and takes away from all the other flavors. But a veg biryani would definitely be good with a mint. So that's mint, that's mandi. And that is 4 green chilies. Our home green chilies are very spicy, so I leave it to you. Depending on how your chilies are, you can add. And it's just been smashed on. I have this color, I've just smashed it on that. So that is 3 cloves and 6 cloves, and then there is 3 cardamoms. And then this is the vegetables. I've actually cooked it. I prefer to cook it. So it's carrot, beans, cauliflower, and potato. I'll tell you the exact amounts. And then this is 3 spoons of curds, and this is 1 lime that's been squeezed, and this is the water that I cook the vegetables in. I'll slowly add it as I'm tempering the onions. And this is 1.5 cups of basmati rice. For a mutton biryani, there's a ghee rice that we use, it's very nice, but this is basmati, and I'm going to cook it in the cooker for 3 whistles. There's 1.5 cups because then we can have it for 2 days. And that is 3 cups of water, and it's been salted, and there's a dash of oil. And I'm just going to cook it for 3 whistles. That was told to me by Valli. So 3 whistles and it's perfect. And then you just cool it nicely, fluff it up, and then you can layer it. Once you cook the vegetables, you layer the rice and you're good to go. So now I'm going to start tempering all of this. There we go. So the oil's warmed. I poured 3 tablespoons of oil, and that's more than enough. So I'm going to put in the cloves and cardamom first. You have to be careful because it kind of splutters and you need to, it kind of bursts, so you need to be very careful. And then there goes the ginger garlic paste. So let it all really come in the oil very well. And then you add your green chilies. You really need to make it spicy. It's yum and flavorful, very nice spicy biryani. So you should, and then go in the onions. And I'm just going to add a dash of salt because finally I'm going to pour the salted water that we use for the vegetable, to cook the vegetable. So I'm just going to add a very little salt, not too much, just enough for the onions to cook, because I don't want to waste that vegetable water that I cook the vegetables in. I'm going to add that, and now we'll just let this cook very well. And once this cooks, add the tomato and cook that also, and just close the pan and let all of this come together, and then put in the vegetables. So the tomato also has gone in. So there's the masala. It's all really come together. Don't worry if it burns a little. Actually, it's the burnt thing that gives a lovely flavor. I typically really let the bottom catch a little and then scrape it. So then it gives a real good flavor. And I added a wee bit of turmeric because I like turmeric in everything. So in goes the malli and the pudina. And give it a good stir. You could see that the bottom has caught a little, but no worries. When you add the taira and all that stuff, it'll all just be fine, so you don't have to worry. You can make the same thing with chicken or mutton. It's really yummy. Just leave out the tomato because that takes away from the flavor. So leave out the tomato and the mint. And for 1 cup of rice, you would need 2 onions. Since I put 1.5 cups, this is 3 onions. So I'm going to tip in the vegetable after that. And give all of this a stir. And then just pour a little of the salted water because I don't want to waste this. It's got all the goodness of the vegetables. Just a little so that everything comes together. And give that a good stir. So then all that thing that caught at the bottom and all, just nicely scrape it off as we go on, and it will just kind of change the color and make it all, really yummy and a nice flavor. So all that, and then I'm going to add the curds. So it's, and then just close it and let all the flavors fuse. And finally add the lime juice, and then once the rice is all fluffed up and a little cooler, then you layer the rice, and that is our veg biryani. So this is how it all looks once it's all done. It's changed color, but this is how I like it because this is what gives the real flavor. All the purichal burn part and all has been scraped and stuff, and it's all nicely come together. And I added all the vegetable water, and now I'm going to add the lime. That's finally, we don't let it boil too much once we add the lime. So it's just about all come together, and we do need this much of liquid because we're going to dum it, and I want all of that steam from this to come and season the rice. And here's the rice I put onto another plate because I like the grains to be totally separate. So I put onto another plate and kept it under the fan to cool. And now I'm going to layer it. I'm just going to use my hands, it works best. So I'm just going to layer it totally, and I'm going to put a paper on top and just let it be on sim for about 10 minutes. Ideally, you can just put it in a nice glass Pyrex dish and layer it. One layer of the vegetable, the rice, then another layer of the vegetable, and finally the rice, and then just put it into your oven and leave it be till it gets really warm. That's a very nice way for it to dum. So this is how it looks. The biryani is all layered, and I make these 3 holes like this so that the steam comes right out and flavors all of the rice. And of course you guys can put it in the oven, but I just do it the old way. I just keep a paper on top like this, and then just cover it up and leave it for about 15 minutes. And Ponama always tells me, if you don't want the bottom to catch, just keep a pan. So I've kept like an old dosa color at the bottom so that then it doesn't catch and it's flavorful and nice. So that is our vegetable biryani. I'll show it to you as we're serving it. So there's the biryani all dummed and nice. You really need to cut it down like that. So I've just taken half of it, and here it is all served and layered, and you can see the grains all separate and the masala all cooked. And now it's finally lunchtime.